Come on in the room. Welcome to another Just Listen podcast. Welcome. All right. It is back for another I'm Pissed Saturday. What is up, everyone? Let me go ahead and send some notifications out to people so they can come and join. We are, yo, what is up, people? It is a lovely, humid, and hot Saturday. And as you know, this is Walt, and I am with the Just Listen podcast. Welcome to the channel. Come on in, guys. Come on in. I might have to change the view here in a moment, but yeah, it's that time, y'all. There we go. I think I'm back here. I'm back. What's up? What's up, everybody? Uh, it is an I'm Pissed Saturday, and as always, I'm pissed. You know, Saturdays are the days that I really go off and rant. Uh, hey, subscribe to the channel. Sorry, here. Trying to get this chat thing together. All messages. What's up? Let me know how everybody's doing today. Woo! It's gonna be a hot one today. It's gonna be a hot one here in Florida. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a few minutes to get people in the room so I can ask questions, and it's gonna be another fun-filled day of why I'm pissed. So come on in. Um, we are live, June 27th, 2026. So I welcome you to the channel. I should have brought me a sweat rag out here. It's a little warm out today. I'm in my backyard. I'm not in the vehicle doing my I'm Pissed Saturday. I think it's a little too hot to be in the vehicle today and ranting and talking my stuff like I like to do. Um, so yeah. But yeah, come on into the channel, be a subscriber, be a member. I welcome any support to the channel. But post in the comments, post in the chat section where you're from. Post in the chat section where you're from. Let me know how you're doing. Whatever, if you live in the US, let me know how things are going on your side of town. If you live in another country, let me know how things are going on your side of the town. But do me a favor here, because I have a couple questions before I begin on my I'm Pissed Saturday. But do me a favor and post a comment saying hello, hi, how are you doing? Because I don't see the comments here, and I'm not for sure why it is. I'm not for sure if it's because hell, I don't know. I don't know why uh the comments don't be popping up like they're supposed to. Maybe I need to do some changes to it. Let me see here. Let me see if I can change the comments. Hang tight with me, because we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about, like, every day. Um yeah. I can't see anybody. Let me send some notifications out, guys, but I appreciate you being here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, throw me your support. Show me some love. I don't get paid doing this like those million subscribers do, those people that make quite a bit of money doing this type of work. I do this on my free time because I love connecting with people, and I love good people. I love good people. Uh yeah, we gonna kick it off here pretty soon. Uh yeah, because there's some stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and begin. If you want to throw any super chats, any kind of support in that factor, you're more than welcome to do so. I need to change my chat thing here. Top messages. All right, let's see here. Let me make some live chat moderation. Let me make some adjustments, guys. So I appreciate you being here. Uh, like I said, once I get things going, then we're gonna keep it rolling here. But quick question for you guys. Post in the comment section. What is something that you can eat any time of the day? Excuse me. What is something that you can eat any time of the day? I'm not seeing my chats, man. What's going on with the chats here? Gotcha. Yeah. So, be a subscriber. I'll go ahead and I'll just start talking, and then I'll ask the question for all those subscribers that subscribe to the channel for at least 5 minutes. If you subscribe to the channel, do me a favor. Do not subscribe if you are a MAGA person and you just want to come in and talk stuff. Because what I do is I'll kick you off the channel. So if you are a Trump supporter, if you are MAGA, if you are a person that spreads misinformation, or you are somebody that loves what's going on within our country, with the deportations, the temporary protection status removal, and things like that. If you are a person that actually likes that stuff, don't even subscribe and then start posting your comments, because the nonsense, when it comes, and trust me, when I know when the nonsense comes, but when it comes, you're going to get blocked. That's plain and simple. I don't have time for ignorance. I don't have time for people that do not care about people, do not care about our democracy, do not care about the direction that the United States and around the world is going because of the United States. I don't have time. Like I said, I am too old to be sitting here and trying to debate with ignorance, hate, racism. I'm too old. I don't have time for that. I am not the debate me bro that you may think I may be, because it's a waste of time. I mean, when it comes to life, you only have one life to live, right? And I feel that if I'm wasting my time on ignorance, misogyny, homophobia, xenophobia, all that stuff, debating and trying to get somebody to change their wicked ways or change from their wicked ways, I mean, I feel like it's they're going to have to get it eventually one day, right? They will have to understand and get that we are in a world of a melting pot. We have different languages, different dialects, different sizes, ages, color, everything. And if you are a person that thinks that we are supposed to be one particular race, one particular religion in the United States, or even around the world, then I don't have time for you. As a man who I go to church, I am a Christian man. I am taught differently than the racist out here. You got these Christian nationalists who will talk about God, yet they don't do the things in the works of Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that's me right there. I don't have time for the BS. And I don't have time for people that are in other countries who spread USA misinformation. Now, I want to let you know, okay, if you are hearing some banging, some pops, or anything in the background, that is because I live about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from a gun range, from a firing range. So if you do hear that, just know that it is not because there's any violence going on in my neighborhood area. It is just because I am backed up to a shooting range, which, I am a 2A person. I think that, if you want to have a firearm, you're more than welcome to do so. However, we don't need these firearms that can be used in the military, these high capacity rounds, these firearms that can spit off 15, 20 bullets in half a second or 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's an I'm pissed Saturday. It is an I'm pissed Saturday. And the topic of today are the haters. The haters. Listen, I will respond to chats, okay? I'll respond to chats to those who already have subscribed to the channel and been subscribed for a long time. I will respond to those chats. However, if you want to show your boy some love, and if you want to provide any kind of donation to this particular channel, I will use your chats, and your chats come priority. So super chats, super thanks, whatever, I appreciate it. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Time is precious. And like I said, time is precious, and I don't like to waste my time on ignorant people. However, we already know that sometimes there is a time that we need to put an ignorant person in place. And so with today, we're going to talk about a couple of things here, because every day there's a new thing with Trump and this administration. Every day there's something new in regards to this particular administration and what they do and have done to American people and also people around the world. Okay. There's always something that is added on top of the Epstein files to throw us a distraction. All right. There's a distraction every day, every couple of hours. Donald Trump will truth some nonsense, showing his dementia. He'll truth his nonsense, and then people go crazy for that. So, I bring this up because this man is in decline, like the United States is in decline. Our nation's in decline here in America. And I'm going to bring up some information here because I did take notes. I like to take notes and I like to stay on top of things that I like to talk about here. But I am going to give a few more minutes and then we're going to dive into this I'm Pissed Saturday. I'll ask for thumbs ups. I'll ask for likes on the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. This is a good one. We're going to dive in pretty soon here in regards to it. But let me do this here. Let me adjust it because I know that light in the background. Post in the comment section, guys, if the light in the background, because you got my white fence back here and then the trees back there, is it too bright for you guys? Let me know in the comment section. If you're a subscriber, you can already post. If you haven't subscribed for at least 5 minutes, you can't post anything. But I want somebody to let me know how my microphone sounds. And then also if this is too much brightness in the background, because I'll make the adjustments if I need to. Also, on top of that, like the channel if you haven't liked the channel already. If you're on here watching me right now, let me know what country you're from. Let me know where you're from. I am in my backyard, and I can tell you this. It is 2:42. Okay. It's 2:42. And right now it is like 90 degrees and it's going to get warmer and it's humid too. Now here in Florida, it's a little bit different of a heat. When you got the humidity, the temperature can say 90 degrees, but the real feel may be 103 here in Florida. And if I have any Floridians on the channel right now, let me know where you're from. Let me know what's up. Let me know how you're doing here, whatever city you're in. Let me know what city you are in so I can just get to know my people here. A couple things. Number one, please, support support our local, not our local, but our independent media. Please support our independent media. Also, pay attention to how the mainstream media is not providing information or how they're shifting. How they want to keep the viewer engaged, but they're not telling the full and complete information when it comes to what we are dealing with the Trump administration, your local elections, but also what we're dealing with the Strait of Hormuz and things that are taking place with this particular corrupt administration handling Iran, and then also the information that comes out from It's Not Real. Just look at independent media. I like watching many independent media resources or sources because mainstream media, there is something that is taking place with mainstream media. They're not telling us everything. They're hanging on the fence to where they're not being honest with their viewers. And that's my honest opinion. I feel like mainstream media is not being honest with their viewers in regards to the economy, in regards to the job market, in regards to inflation, in regards to the trade deficit and so on. And also they're not being transparent when it comes to what's going on with Donald Trump and the Epstein class, the Epstein billionaires. They're not putting out information that is required for us to know. How soon did people forget that just last year it was discussed by the Democrats that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files more than Jesus was in the Bible, more than God was in the Bible. And we don't have people talking about that right now. Where is Jake Tapper? Where is these media outlets that say, you know what? When are you guys going to release the full 3+ million more files of what took place on Jeffrey Epstein's island? I don't know about you, but I can't forget about something like that. I can't forget that there were women who were children at the time that were violated, by men who had money and could fly out to an island and do these things. I just, something that bothers me about people is they don't care about other individuals unless it affects them. If it affects them, then they will care. If it affects them, then they're going to pay attention to it. But as soon as the information started coming out with the Epstein files and the Epstein class, the millionaires and billionaires, people that were, in relationship that had familiarity with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump and the like, they just like, well, Donald Trump's name's in it. He said that he was an informer for the FBI. Bullshit. Bullshit. I want to let you know, and post in the comment section here, I want to let you know that there is so much dirt on Donald Trump. And I believe that Bibi Netanyahu has the goods. That's why he's allowing for Bibi. Bibi's like, listen, I don't care if the United States says that there is a 60-day ceasefire. We're going to still attack Iran. We're still going to attack Lebanon. We're going to do what we want to do because I have something over Donald Trump that if it gets exposed, him and the entire administration will be canned. That's why the Republican Party is doing their damnedest to not get information out there for us. They are doing everything under the sun to protect Donald Trump. And what do we call those individuals? We call those individuals PDF protectors. That's what we call them. We call them the Epstein class pedophile protectors. And I'm going to just put that out there. That's what they are. I will not stop talking about it until justice is served. That's what I'm saying there. I will not stop talking about it until these women are able to sleep better at night, knowing that those that victimize them have been locked up. Now, I want to do this here. Give me a moment because it's humid out here today. I don't know what's going. Well, you know what? It's Florida. That's what we get here in Florida. It is humid out here. I even got the ceiling fan going on over here in our patio. It's enclosed too. It's enclosed, so I don't have to worry about the bugs. It's shaded, but it is a humid day today. And I don't know if you can see these beads on my forehead, but I don't like to sweat uncomfortably when I'm outside talking. So I am going to go and get my sweat rag and I'll be right back. If you haven't seen my sweat rag, you've probably seen it in some of my videos. When I go and work out, that thing helps me out so much. Because I don't like working out sweaty, okay? I don't like working out and I'm just drenched with sweat, just looking like I just got out of the sauna. I like to keep myself comfortable when I'm working out and everything. So give me one moment here. I'm going to be right back and we got some more to talk about. But I don't know. Somebody please let me know in the comment section if you can see there we go. Hey, okay. I know what I need to do. I needed to slide the screen up. Todd Studios. Hey man, I appreciate you. Taco, my buddy, my ace. Taco is one of my aces here. I got several aces on the channel here. But yes. Thank you so much for commenting, guys here. Do me a favor. Share this with other people too, okay? If anybody is they want to hear some good stuff, spread this with other people there because I got some questions first that I want to talk about. And then we're going to dive in more into why I'm pissed off this Saturday. But give me a few moments. I'm going to go and get my sweat rag because like I said, it is warm and I don't like being uncomfortable, guys. I'll be honest with you. I don't like being uncomfortable, especially being out here in the heat, talking to my beautiful people here. So hang tight for me for one moment. I will be right back, but share this video. Share this live because we are live today. And I might make some adjustments to where it's not so bright in the background, okay? 1 second. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it right there. That's better. Oh, let me scoot up here. Let me scoot up. What's up? Hey, listen. Oh, we're good to go. We're good to go. Yeah, this is better. I think this view is better. Um, I don't know why next time I'm gonna do my live, I think I'm gonna be in my shed, but I don't know because there's not good circulation in the shed. So welcome, Taco, Todd Studio. Hey, listen. Uh how's everything going where you guys are at? I want to know, gas has gone down a little bit here, but it's still too high for me. But how's everything going where you're at? Todd, where are you from also? City, what city do you claim? What set do you claim? Let me know where you guys are from here. But yeah, Taco, I already know where you're from. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is, listen, they beef. Did you know that beef is more than the federal minimum wage now? Beef costs more than what the federal minimum wage is. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't think beef would get that high. But guess what? We have an incompetent person running the White House. We have an incompetent, addle brain, dementia head running the White House. That's why beef is up. Beef is up everywhere. And I'm gonna tell you, my wife and I, who eats beef here? Who eats beef? Who eats ground beef? Steaks. Post in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're trying to comment, you have 5 minutes and then you can comment. But beef is up. Yeah. Yeah. My wife and I, we eat ground turkey and ground chicken. On occasion, I will have some beef, like a steak. When we do ribs, when I do ribs on the grill, I do pork ribs because I feel like pork ribs, you have a little bit more meat whenever you're cooking the ribs. And I feel like, when it comes to beef and pork ribs, in my opinion, pork ribs, they fall off the bone better. So when I smoke my ribs, whenever I'm putting on a grill, we do a lot of pork here. We do pork and ground turkey, ground chicken, ground pork. That is where you're going to find more for your buck. I wasn't a big turkey eater back in the day. But I do. My wife and I, we eat a lot of turkey, ground turkey. We make tacos with ground turkey. You can season it pretty good and it comes out and it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? Ground beef. Like I said, we don't eat out a lot. We do not eat out a lot. We are very price conscious when it comes to what we spend at the grocery store. And getting ground turkey, you're going to pay a lot less in comparison to getting ground beef, especially if you go to like Aldi. We like shopping at Aldi. I don't know about you guys. I like Aldi. When we go to Aldi to shop, you gotta figure out where you're gonna save your money at, because we are living in a Donald Trump golden age. We are living in a Trump administration. We are so back. We're so back. We are the hottest country in the world. We're in the golden era. We are so back. Bullshit. Bullshit. We are not back. The average American citizen who does not have 6 figures in their bank account is not back. That's why I'm pissed. We are not back at all. Donald Trump goes on these freaking rallies and he straight lies to all those people straight to their face. And some of them lap it up like, yes, we are so back. Even though my gas is $4.15. We are so back. I love that man. That man came from God. God sent him. No, the devil can send minions here. When you talk about like Christian people saying that Donald Trump was sent by God, Donald Trump is a 34-time convicted felon who was held liable for essaying. Donald Trump, people, and we're going to talk about Christianity too, okay? We're going to dive into that as well. But this man cheated on every wife that he had. And you still have people that think that he was sent from God. And then they saw, oh, well, Donald Trump's a businessman. Donald Trump's a businessman. But now they're looking at the economy. They're looking at why their electricity bills have raised up under Donald Trump. And they're saying, where is Donald Trump? Help me, sir. Help me, Donald. You know, I had so much support for Donald Trump. I know we got to give him some more time. You hear that? Do you guys hear people saying to give Trump more time? He's been in office for almost 2 years now. This man has been in office for 18 months. 18 months. I had to do the calculation there. It'll be 18 months. Actually, it's 18 months and some days. He's been in office. And you still have people saying, give him some time. Biden messed us up so bad. We got to give him some time. Now, the last time I checked, Donald Trump had a year. He had 1 year to make things better in 2025 than he has now. Because it's not adding up to these MAGA nuts. It's not adding up to the code, guys. It is not. It is not adding up to the code. And you know, when a group of people are just completely lost, when you have a group of people completely lost, it's like, listen, I've tried to tell you over and over again, but you're still not listening. Now you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. You remember that whole thing back, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Now you have individuals that are going on TikTok. They're going on Instagram and Facebook, talking to Donald Trump like Donald Trump is going to listen to that video and say, we need to reach out to Susie. We need to reach out to Gerald, because he came on TikTok and he said, sir, I believe in you, sir. Sir, you are the best president that this country's ever had. But we're suffering. We're hurting, sir. I went to the grocery store, grabbed me a bag of chips. I went to go grab me a Sprite. The Sprite was $3 and the bag of chips was $4. I paid $7 for 2 items, sir. You said that you was going to bring the prices down on day one. And I still believe in you, sir. I still believe in you. I'm waiting for these prices to go down. I couldn't even fill my gas tank up because gas was $4.23, sir. I have faith in you, sir, but I'm starting to lose faith. It's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? You are starting to lose faith? You should have lost faith back in 2025. Like these people are so lost that Donald Trump and his administration has fucked up the economy so bad for the American citizens that, you know, economists are saying that if we can't get the Strait of Hormuz open, we're going to be in a global recession. One man and all his cult following, and I'm talking about his administration right now, have fucked it up for the world, man. For the world. I posted it in one of my videos, and please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Give me some thumbs up too. You know, give me some thumbs up. I'll hit them thumbs ups there. Bow, 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 thumbs up. But Donald Trump has allowed the billionaires into this circle of his because he's full of corruption, to where we're almost in a global recession because of Donald Trump on behalf of Bibi Netanyahu. Because Bibi Netanyahu has dirt on Trump. Bibi Netanyahu has some dirt on him from the Epstein files. There's something out there that we're not getting the full extent of, that person over in It's Not Real has. And you know, we have, the United States is supposed to have control, really. Congress, as well as POTUS and JD Vance, are supposed to have control over Israel. There could be any time Donald Trump can tell Bibi the next rocket that goes to Lebanon, the next rocket that goes over to Iran or anywhere, we're withholding funding from you. Plain and simple. That's what Donald Trump and JD Vance, because I'm gonna say JD Vance now, because the reason why I'm gonna say that is because a lot of the Muslims here in the United States were thinking that Kamala Harris, they were going at Kamala Harris like she was the reason why this shit was still going on with Bibi Netanyahu. You know, with Palestine and Gaza. So we're gonna throw JD Vance in there too, because I haven't heard Palestinians giving JD Vance some shit here in the United States. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard individuals from the Muslim community giving shit to JD Vance like they did to Kamala. Post in the comment section. Have you guys seen any protesters who are from the Muslim community that chastises or berates or yells at JD Vance or Donald Trump? Have you guys heard anything? Because I sure as hell haven't. But we're going to dive into some more stuff here. I'm going to make this fun today. Even though I am pissed off like every Saturday, I'm going to make this a little fun for us. So I have a little Q&A session for you right now. And then we're going to talk about some more stuff because as you can see in my thumbnail, I have five. I have 5 individuals that I do want to touch on. Donald Trump, I always touch on him because he's a piece of shit. Trump is a pure piece of shit. But let's do this here, guys. This is a collective effort. This is a Q&A for you guys. So questions, I'll ask the question, you give me your answer, and then I'll give you my answer as well, okay? Also, any support to the channel you want to provide, if you're able to do so, become a channel member, you know, super chats, super thanks, anything that you want to support, I appreciate it. But let's do this questions and answers section really quick. And then I want to talk about some other things. I took notes today. I was ready for the day. This is still going to be an I'm pissed rant because I hate these fuckers in the White House. I hate them all. Hate's a strong word, but you know what? I'm human. All right. So name something that you can eat any time of the day. Any time of the day. Post in the comment section. It's warm, man. Post in the comment section what you can eat any time of the day. And I'll give you my answer too. But this is a collective effort, guys. If you want to just listen on in, you can listen on in. But I want to know from you, the subscriber, because you have to subscribe to comment and communicate. If you got to wait the 5 minutes, hell, you got to wait the 5 minutes. Patience is a virtue. I understand time's of essence, but patience is a virtue. But Madame, what's up? Hey, how are you? Here's the question, guys. Name something that you can eat any time of the day. Like there's something that you can cook or you can eat any time of the day. Whatever. Just I'm waiting for people to chat here. And Madame, it's hot. So I got my sweat rag today because it's humid outside. It's like 93 degrees, but yeah, it's humid here in Florida. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys about a minute or so to answer the question or to provide me with your answer on what you can eat any time of the day. Name something that it doesn't matter what time of day it is, you would eat or you would cook. Name something that you would cook any time of the day. It don't matter if it's 5 o'clock in the morning or if it's almost midnight. What would you make or what would you eat any time of the day? That's question number 1. Let me see if I can do a little question poll here. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see if I can do a Q&A. I don't want to mess with this here. I'll be jacking stuff up on my screen here. All right. I don't see any comments yet. I don't see any comments. Hey, listen, if you're on the channel watching this video, if you subscribe, wait the 5 minutes. You can come back and answer that question there. But yeah. Okay, okay, madam. Taco, what you got, man? What you got? What you got? Todd Studio, what you got? Give me your answers. Name something that you can eat any time of the day. I'm gonna let other people answer, but yeah, name something that you can eat any time of the day. I'm gonna give my answer in about a minute. Q&A. I hear you, Taco. I hear you. Name something. Name something that you can eat any time of the day. All right, you guys ready for my answer? Listen, but that's what I'm talking about. I can cook breakfast any time of the day. It don't matter if it's morning time. It don't matter if it's late. You know, we would have breakfast for dinner. That's that, and it's easy. It's quick and easy to cook too. You don't have to sit there and marinate anything. You don't have to. You know, you get your skillets. You whip up your pancake batter. You get your eggs, your turkey bacon, your bacon, and you just throw it in there and you cook it up. And you know, you can never go wrong with that. I will do over easy eggs, a little runny. I will make my wife, she loves egg whites, so I'll make her egg whites. We'll do some turkey bacon. See, you hear that? Turkey bacon, not pork, but turkey bacon. We'll do turkey sausage, and then I'll hook those pancakes up in some extra virgin olive oil. Some extra virgin olive oil. I can eat breakfast any time of the day. Back in the day in college, after leaving the club, you know what I'm saying? We used to go to Waffle House. That was my thing. It was either Waffle House or Denny's until Denny's started to get nasty. We didn't have an IHOP in Louisville at the time. I'm pretty sure there's an IHOP in Louisville now. But yes, breakfast any time of the day, you can never go wrong with it. And when it comes to breakfast, it's not as heavy as you eating a regular, like, let's say, meal where you're eating mashed potatoes, you're eating any kind of protein meal, like any kind of burgers or anything like that. It doesn't stick to you as much as any of the other foods. So you can burn off the breakfast food faster. You know, they say the most important meal of the day is breakfast because that gets you activated, that gets your body going. And I'll be honest with you, I don't eat breakfast every day. I don't. It's just how my body operates. I don't get up, you know, before work and cook breakfast to get my day started. But I can tell, you know, I can definitely tell that I'm cranky if I don't, you know, you get hungry pretty quick if you don't have breakfast. But you burn off, it's the start of your day, it gets your body activated. You know, some people, they do coffee. That's their breakfast in the morning time. Some people do coffee all day. So if you, that could be like a meal for you too. How many coffee drinkers do we have on here? I'm not a big coffee drinker. Like, my wife, she does coffee on occasion, but I've never been like a big coffee drinker. Every once in a while, I'll get me a Frappuccino. So, you know, that has coffee in it. But we got a Keurig. We used to make we used to hook it up with coffee when I got a little bit addicted because coffee's addicting, man. And then you have those withdrawals too with coffee. Like you get headaches, you get agitated and antsy if you haven't had your cup of coffee in the morning time or throughout the day. I don't like that feeling. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, breakfast is something that it don't matter what time of day. My wife would be like, hey, you want to do breakfast for dinner today? Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. What other foods do you guys like to eat? Like, what other foods do you think, it don't matter if it's any time of the day, but what other foods do you like to eat? I'm gonna give you guys like a minute to answer this particular question here. But what other foods do you like to eat? I'm in my mode today. I'm really gonna get in, but I'm in my mode today. So if this is your first time, and I'm going to say this here, If this is your first time on the channel, check it out. Check it out. I'm not a MAGA person. I'm not fat ass Officer Brandon Tatum. I'm not corrupt ass conspiracy ass Candace Owens. I'm none of those people. So you're gonna get what you get with me. I'm gonna keep it real with you because I'm a real person who actually cares about people. I don't spread misinformation. Okay. So if this is your first time on the channel, welcome to the channel. But post in the comment section if you haven't subscribed yet. What other meal or what other food do you like? Like, what's your favorite go-to? What's your favorite go-to food? And then, like I said, after we do this little icebreaker here, I'm going to really go into why I'm pissed this Saturday, okay? My other favorite thing to eat is pizza. If you have a pepperoni pizza, if it's nice and saucy, I'm on it. I love me some pepperoni, especially pepperoni bacon. Yeah, let me clean this forehead off. Ugh. I love me some pepperoni bacon pizza. It don't matter, if the pizza's good, I'm getting it. We got several. Being in a big city, we have so many pizza chains around here. I love me pizza. I love me pizza. Let me rephrase that. I love me some pizza. I said I love me pizza. But yeah, pizza's good, man. I love eating pizza. My wife, my boys, they love pizza. You can never go wrong with pizza too. Not too long ago, we used to make our pizza from scratch. My wife would knead the dough and everything. She would create the dough and we'd make pizza at the house. That's a lot of work. I don't know if you know it, but if you ain't quick with the hands with the pizza, you gotta get into work, get the roller, you gotta get the little edges, a little puffy there. Making pizza is a little bit of work. Then you gotta put the sauce on there. You gotta put the mozzarella, and then you put whatever toppings you're gonna have on there. So yeah, I love pizza. What is your favorite ice cream? Like, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? And let me know what is your favorite ice cream flavor. And then, like I said, we're going to dive into some good stuff here. It's about to get real good and juicy. So I want everybody to hang around because we got a lot to talk about on this I'm Pissed Saturday, because I'm pissed this Saturday. Like every Saturday, every day is a piss day. And the reason is because I get tired of people and their racism and how much they're getting monetized and paid for their racism. But yeah, what's your favorite ice cream? My favorite ice cream, my all-time favorite, is cookies and cream. I love cookies and cream ice cream. I'll throw a little bit of caramel sauce in there. Woo! That's why I got to go to the gym. That's why I stay. That's why I stay in the gym. I go work out at least 3 times a week because of the stuff that I like to eat, man. All the stuff that is good ain't good for you. It's not. It's not good for you. But yeah, I love me some ice cream too. So, that's something that I want to do, this icebreaker before we actually dive into the nitty gritty on this I'm Pissed Saturday, because we got some stuff to talk about like all the time. I know I sound like a broken record. Every time you hear me on my Saturdays when I do my lives, yeah, there's a lot that we can talk about. And it's much needed when it comes to what we're having to deal with every day in life. I am normally a happy person. I'm normally a person that, like to mingle and get out there with people. But it's becoming more and more hard to do that because we are living in a world where there is so much hatred for people. There's so much hatred for people that it turns myself and my wife off to even get out and mingle with people and hang out with people. This world, matter of fact, let me just back up and say this country has done so much damage to the mind and to people that the open racism is just ridiculous. Now, I haven't had to deal with that. My wife hasn't had to deal with that. My 2 boys haven't had to deal with that. But the racism is blatantly open. It's the hoods came off since Donald Trump got into office. The hoods have came off. And then they want to attack Christianity in front of that hood. So we have the Klansmen who tout the Christian nationalism to all of us here in the world, but they show their hatred. They don't even deal with the Bible. I'm going to be quite honest with you. That's why we call them fake Christians. Let me ask this next question, and then we're going to tap into some more things here. And I definitely want to talk about the Christian faith. Sorry, my son, he's signaling me. Your kids, man, when you tell your kids that you got to do something, they still want to bug you. I guess that's the same when we were kids, right? But on your day off of work, do you take a nap? Like this is my question. Then we're going to dive into the whole nitty gritty here. Post in the comment section. Do you like taking a nap on your day off of work? Do you like getting you some Z's on your day off of work? I do. I ain't gonna lie. I love naps. It's good for you. It's good for you to refresh and revitalize yourself. Like taking a nap on your day off, just, however long you take your nap. When you wake up, yes, of course, you'll be groggy, but you have more energy throughout the day. I like to take a nap on my days off of work. I'll close my eyes for about an hour. Sometimes if I'm really tired, I'll close them for 2 or 3 hours. It just depends on, what I did the night before. Yeah, I love taking naps too. You don't have to be lazy to take a nap. When you become an adult, and I know all you guys here on this channel are adults, but when you become an adult, life is so busy that you have to slow down sometimes. Like taking a nap and just refreshing your body, giving yourself that extra recharge of energy. You have to slow down sometimes because life comes at you fast, especially when you hit a certain age to where you have your own place, your own responsibilities. When we was in the house as kids, before we graduated high school or whatnot, and then we started to get out into the real world, we have any care in the world. Like we didn't have bills to pay. We never did think about our parents and how they had to deal with bills, how they had to make sure that they get up to go to work day in and day out. We just went to school, played our sports, came home, did your homework. That's it. But when you come into an actual adult, when you become an official adult on your own, and you're not, you are having to worry about your cell phone bill, having to worry about your rent or your mortgage, having to worry about the utilities bill, having to worry about putting gas in your car. That's when real life hits you as an adult. Having responsibilities in regards to what you have to keep track of. You have to keep track of your bills, and you got to break it down to when it comes and when it hits your paycheck each month. Like every week there's something, every week there's something when you become an adult. It's tough, man. Oh, how it would feel to be a kid again, right? You ever hear yourself thinking that, like, man, when I was a kid, I had it made when I was a kid. I ain't had to think about life insurance. I didn't have to think about health insurance. I ain't had to think about any of that stuff when I was a kid. Oh, what it would be like to be a kid again. That's why my 9-year-old, let me tell you this really quick, and then we're going to dive into it. But my 9-year-old, he's like, man, I can't wait to be an adult. He was like, whoa, slow your roll. Enjoy being a kid. Enjoy being a kid and being able to enjoy the fruits of being a kid and growing. Because when you become an adult, that's when your real life issues start to take place. Like my wife and I, we do a great job with trying to manage our budget, trying to take care of our bills. We are in a household where we rely on 2 incomes. We have to make sure that we can take care of our home, our children, and ourselves. Life hits you when you become an adult. But I just went off track here. Let's get back on track here. Because here's some reasons why I'm pissed off this Saturday. There's many reasons, but here's an important reason why I'm pissed off this Saturday. It really ticks me off as a man who believe that I am one of God's children. It pisses me off to hear these fake ass Christian evangelicals, these fake ass Christian liars, these Christian nationalists. want to inflict pain and harm on their brother and sister. They want to inflict pain and harm on individuals that don't have their shade of color. It really grinds my gears for them to talk about God and talk about Jesus and talk about God bless you when they spit on the poor. They spit on the marginalized. They spit on the LGBTQ community. They spit on immigrants. And then they want to talk about them being Christians. As a man who go to church, who invest in, helping the communities, feeding the communities, I'm a praying man. I'm human. I'm not going to sit idly by and allow for evil people to use the name of God and Jesus Christ and shun and talk down on individuals who don't look like them, who do not look like them. I am being transparent with you today, like every day and anytime I do my videos. These are not Christians. I'm honestly, in my heart, I honestly feel that these people that tout Christianity, like the Republican Party does this a lot. They tout Christianity, but then they don't possess what Jesus Christ in the New Testament did for people that were lower than him. Jesus Christ saw everybody as his equal. That's why he healed the woman who was bleeding for 12 years. That's why Jesus Christ went to a poor man's house and healed their child. It just, this is the reason why a lot of people leave the church. They leave the church because politics are trying to control and dictate their lives. Politics is doing that to these Christian evangelicals. They get on the screen, they talk about God, but then you hear them talking bad about the immigrant. You hear them talking bad and lying about Somali fraud. You hear them talking bad about people that came across the border and they claim illegally. They came across the border illegally doing crime when that's not the case. In the United States, in America, more crime is committed by U.S. citizens than there is anyone who is undocumented here. Anyone who came across the border illegally. More crime, and you can look it up. More crime is committed by U.S. citizens than there is of the undocumented immigrant. And so these Christian evangelicals that tout Christianity, talk about, we love everybody, like J.D. Vance lying ass when he went on The View. J.D. Vance went on The View and lied his ass off. Them ladies did better than any of these CNN, these mainstream news channels did, pushing back against J.D. Vance, than anybody. Whoopi Goldberg, Sonny Huston, Anna Navarro, all these ladies did better than our regular mainstream media whenever they have the vice president in front of their face talking about his freaking book. J.D. Vance lied his ass off on national television, and those ladies held his feet to the fire, and I loved it because he's a fake Christian. I feel sorry for his children. I feel so sorry for J.D. Vance's children. I feel sorry for Usha Vance, who is a brown woman. And J.D. Vance is part of a party that doesn't even care about his wife because she's brown and his children because they are mixed race. And they talk about Christianity and God. These people don't know God or the Bible. I'm gonna be honest with you. In my opinion, these individuals, these Christian nationalists that want to say that everybody that comes to the United States need to follow in line and become a Christian or become a Christian evangelical and whatever. These individuals are wolves. They are not sheep. Jesus Christ will not lead them to the flock. They are not the flock. They are the ones that eat the flock. That's what they are. The Republican Party are wolves. And it amazes me how people talk and put Donald Trump and God in together. They put Donald Trump and God together like he is the second coming. Let me just tell you this. The devil has his foot soldiers out here too. The devil will portray like he's so holy and sanctified and all this kind of stuff, but don't know a lick about the Bible. And I'm talking about Donald Trump. I'm not talking about the devil himself, because the devil, if you guys don't know about the devil was the most beautiful angel, right? That's what you hear about the devil. They were the most beautiful. It was the most beautiful angel who could spit out Bible, spit out biblical things. He was a great orator and things like that. Now, let me not put a gender on the devil. I'm going to just say it because we don't know. But it would cite Bible and philosophical things. This is what the devil was. Donald Trump don't even have that when it comes to the devil. Donald Trump is an idiot. This man is I have a very big brain. You can't even say acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Oh, that's a tough word. Acetaminophen. He had another Freudian slip. I forgot what the word was. Somebody posted in the comment section, but he had another Freudian. He couldn't even say the other word right. I forgot what it was. Jesse Dollamore was talking about it. This dude is an idiot. 77 million people voted in an idiot. And just mind you now, hear me out. Listen to this. Kamala Harris only lost by two something million votes in the 2024 election. And Donald Trump talks about it being a landslide. Donald Trump, I won by a landslide. It was the biggest landslide. Lying. See, he lies. He lies. He had maybe a few 100,000 more votes than he did back when he was going against Biden. And plus, also on top of that, we had like 8 million people that decided not to vote in the 2024 election. So good job to you people that sat the freaking couch or voted for independent or other. Jill Stein, good job to you guys. But anyways, let's dive on here. Let me give you this information here. And we're talking about Christianity right now. According to the Catholic Review, and now listen, it says Catholic, but this is in totality with all the religions, right? So Catholicism and Christianity. Engagement among young adults, while young adults between the ages of 18 and 29 are often seen as the most engaged demographic in some contexts, they are also the most likely to consider leaving the church. A survey found that 36% of young adults felt that the church's position on certain issues did not align with their values, contributing to their thoughts of leaving, according to the Catholic Review. Now, listen, that's the thought of leaving. That's 30, let me get that percentage again. 36% thought about leaving. When they got older, they left. The church is losing followers. And I'm going to tell you, the white Christian evangelical churches, they are not gaining more people in the church. They are losing people from the church. They are losing the 18 to 29-year-olds from church. And they're losing a lot more, mainly because of politics and the hatred and racism that they are starting to see. They're losing it. They're not going to church. They do not believe. They're either atheist, agnostic. They don't believe. And I understand it. As a person that's been in church my entire life. From when my mama got me out of the womb, I was going to church. Every Sunday, get up. We're going to church. That was my mother. That is my mother, because she's still in the land of the living, thank God. But what we see in the economy, what we see with people who can't afford homes, when we see that they are attacking the marginalized, you got ICE out in the streets. You have people who are being attacked, pepper sprayed, shot in the face with tasers and paintballs or pepper balls. You see pastors who are actually trying to do the work of God being attacked by ICE. What 18 to 29-year-olds between 18 and 29 want to go to church? We want to be in the house of the Lord when they see that. Plus, we need to talk about all the fredophiles, the SAs that happen within the church, in the Christian evangelical churches, where you have pastors who are cheating on their wives with somebody that works in the church. And you have pastors being called out for SAing young girls. And when a young girl becomes a woman, she can finally now confess and say, this happened to me with this pastor. When you have pastors that are attacking the LGBTQ community, the gay community, you have pastors attacking these communities. Who in the right mind want to continue going to church? Now, my church is different. I'm going to tell you this. The bishop that I have in my church is a man of transparency. LGGG Glove, what's up? My bishop is transparent. We feed the homeless. We welcome in the LGBTQ community. We do that. We do that work. We go to the communities that are less fortunate and we feed them. We provide them school supplies. But I'm going to tell you, there's a particular type of church that I am privy to go to. And I've been to churches like this, and I don't want anybody to get offended, but I've been to the white churches. I've been there. Matter of fact, when my mother-in-law moved to Georgia, in a small town of Georgia, that's what they had primarily were predominantly white churches. And I don't feel the certain connection that I do in the church that I go to that is predominantly black. I do not feel that connection going to a Impact Church or 1122, and I'm not knocking those churches. I'm not knocking those churches, but there is a certain aura and vibe that I get. There's a certain aura and vibe that I get going to a church that I feel more comfortable in. My mother-in-law had a situation at the church that she went to, which was predominantly white, where she's going to be helping out in an event with the church. So she was doing her civic duty and her evangelical duty to be helping out with a dance or something that was going on in the church. And she was going to be working with some ladies there who were predominantly white. And she felt that she was not connecting with them. They weren't really communicating with them, even though she had been part of the church for several months. And in this event that she went to, these ladies were not telling her what to do, trying to give her instruction and everything. My mother-in-law had to ask these ladies on what to do because they weren't being communicative. They weren't communicating to her as a team and being part of the church, being in a ministry. They weren't letting my mother-in-law know, hey, all right, this is what we're going to do here. We're going to separate. We're going to spread you guys out here. I want you guys to work over here and there. She said that they weren't even giving her the light of day. They weren't giving her any attention in regards to being a team. She had to continue asking people on what to do. So the connection within the church wasn't even there, knowing that she was one of the few black women working in the church. And these women who are supposed to be cut from the cloth of Jesus Christ, right? Who is supposed to be welcoming and accepting anyone, and who you would think that being in a church, everyone would be friendly. They weren't even connecting with her. They weren't even trying to give her, any kind of assistance in a job that she had came to the church to do, to help out with the church. She was extra hands at the church. She didn't feel that connection. And I told her whenever we had went to the church together, because my wife, she wanted me to go to the church whenever we would stay in Georgia with my mother-in-law. I went a few times, but then after I told my wife, I said, I really don't feel the type of connection with this church. And my wife said, why do you say that? I said, for one, we are one of 8 black people in this church, with it being predominantly white, and I don't feel comfortable. There's a certain vibe that I had within the church. People didn't come up to us and talk to us. People didn't introduce themselves as us being guests there at the church. We go in, we listen to the boring introduction. We listened to the word that wasn't really connecting with me, and then we would leave. We didn't have a connection with the church like we were welcome there. And I let my wife know that. And anytime we go to Georgia and we stay there, and, we usually would go to church with my mother-in-law, but I didn't go to church there. I would watch my church online because there wasn't a connection there. There wasn't a feeling of being welcome there at that church, at a predominantly white church. And my wife, when her mother told her the story about the situation that happened, I said, that is the reason why I did not like going to that church, is because if you are a church of God, if you're a church of loving people, everyone is accepted. But see, I don't have the skin color for this acceptance, right? Oh, yes, they'll want you there. But once you're done getting that word, it's time to go. My church, everyone's accepted. We accept everyone and we communicate with everyone. If you are white coming to the church, we'll embrace you like you are a brother and sister. That's the difference between the church that I go to and these Christian evangelical, Christian nationalist churches that praise racism. They praise racism. That's why the younger generation who are becoming more woke don't go to these type of churches. They feel like these churches are not doing their civic duty to take care of the people in America. Hell, our government's not taking care of us. They'd rather fund wars and get out criminals than they would to help the American people. And that's what we see when it comes to these churches that they take in your money, but then you don't see where that money goes besides it going to that mansion or that new private jet, like a Kenneth Copeland. You don't see the work being done outside of the church. And that's why we have a younger generation who are going away from the church. They don't want to go to church because they don't see the church work outside in our communities. And I completely understand. I completely understand. I do not fault anyone who does not want to go to church and learn the word. I don't get mad at them. I don't sit there and berate them. I'll pray for them, but that is their choice. Time and time again, we have these politicians who are trying to throw the Bible and Christianity down people's throats and trying to force them to be something that they're not, just like the Muslim community. They want Muslims to be Christians, just like in Texas, when you had for the Republican convention, you had the Muslim caucus for Republicans. What sense does that make? They don't want you there. You have this guy, a preacher, literally tells a person of the Muslim faith, you're not wanted here unless you convert to Christianity. We don't want you here unless you convert to Christianity. And if you don't want to convert to Christianity, get out of the country. Never once have I heard my bishop say to any person of any other faith or religion to get out of the country. That's my black pastor. Cut differently. I'm going to call it how it is. The black churches that I've gone to, not once have I ever heard them say for a person to get out of the country. Never. And if I got people that come on the channel saying that's a lie, whoop, whoop, blah, 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 name me a pastor that ever said that. Because the pastor that fought for our civil rights and Dr. Martin Luther King, there were people of different colors that stood side by side with us, with my ancestors, with black people to fight for everyone's equality in this country. Black people were the staple and the start of a movement for everybody to come here in the United States. So I don't want to hear any bullshit from any racist out here saying that, oh, no, that's not true. Black people, black and brown people from across the African diaspora, from chattel slavery to the transatlantic slave trade, came here and got everybody aboard to be inclusive. Equality for all is what black people want. I'm going to keep going here because I'm starting to get heated. I'm starting to heat up like NBA Jam over here. So I want to talk about these piece of shit people. And the first person I want to talk about here is that ugly ass. She keeps getting work to her face. Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, listen, God made me who I am, right? I'm not going to put no Botox in my face. These people, and when I mean these people, I'm talking about these racists out here. They will do injections. And if you do injections, it's all good. I'm not, hey, you do what you do. But these people want to look younger and younger because of their racism makes them old and ugly. Megyn Kelly, who Donald Trump dogged her live on national television, dogged her. She is a piece of shit. She is a piece of shit, racist human being. And for her to say anything about Christianity coming out of her mouth, they need to go ahead and anytime that she says anything about God and Jesus and Christian, anything, they need to go ahead and bleep that word out, because she is not a woman of faith. She is not a woman of Christ-like. She is not a Samaritan, a good Samaritan. Just this past week, when the racist 6-3 ruling of the Supreme Court ruled to take away temporary protection status for 300,000 Haitians and 6,000 Syrians, people that are brown, Megyn Kelly went on her fucking rant. Excuse my language, but I'm about to get into it now. I'm really starting to get pissed now. So y'all give me some likes here, because I'm about to get ready to go in. Hopefully my wife can't hear me because she's working right now. Got to keep it clean. But Megyn Kelly, this piece of shit human being garbage, who talks about the Christian faith, talked about them leaving our country, the Haitians and the Syrians leaving our freaking country and go back to their shitty country. Megyn Kelly, I have some words for Megyn Kelly here. Fuck you. They're better than you are. They're more human than you are. These racist piece of shit people out here that talk about go back to your own country. Go back to your own country. You're a terrible country. Why'd you leave your country in the first place? The United States was coined to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, where everybody can come and have the American dream. 10 years ago, people had that American dream to come here. 20 years ago, Donald Trump set the stage for the openly blatant racism in the United States. And you got the dumbass Megyn Kelly, who, you know, I'm afraid for her children. I'm afraid for her daughter, because she was defending the Epstein class back, you know, last year, talking about, oh, these men want, you know, these 15-year-old, 16-year-old girls can have babies and all this kind of stuff. And she has girls, supposedly. I fear for them. Piece of shit Megyn Kelly talking about going back to Haiti and Syria because she don't like the color of their skin. The hood comes off. The hood comes off with these white racists, with these racist people who tout Christianity. But Jesus says love for all, right? Ain't that right? But we have Megyn Kelly. Ooh, I can't stand it. I can't stand these individuals, man. I cannot stand them. They grind my gears to something. I mean, you know why I do this, guys? I'm gonna tell you, because I don't, you know, you don't have to do this. I'm not a big time, you know, YouTube where I have hundreds of thousands of followers and everything. One day I hope to get that way. One day I do hope to get that way. You know, I invest my time in doing this because we need to continue talking about these evil people, and we don't forget these individuals. That's why I do this. I care about the person that is darker than me, and I care about the person that's lighter than me. But these type of individuals like Megyn Kelly that continues to tout that racism over and over and over again on her freaking channel, her freaking podcast where she has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Fuck that. We're going to keep talking about this stuff. They don't deserve a platform. Racism has no place here. People that come from other countries do not come to the United States to commit crimes. They come to get away from hardship, what they were dealing with from their country. And they come to America to try to make America better. They don't come here to do fraud. They don't come here to steal from the American people. That's what is going on in the White House today. The ones that are stealing from the American people are the ones that have the power right now in Donald Trump. The Supreme Court. I can't even say the word, the Supreme Court. These individuals have the power, and they're looting the treasury of the United States. They are robbing the American people blind. Blindly, they're robbing us. But you have Megyn Kelly, this racist piece of shit, who, if she was to ever debate like Kyle Kalinske, if she was ever to debate a intelligent mind, she would get called out live on air and embarrassed again. She would be embarrassed worse than what she was when Donald Trump called her out on national television. Megyn Kelly is a piece of shit, plain and simple. All these racist individuals, I hope their children are watching, and I hope their children are taking note. So when they get to the age that they can be like, Mom, you are a terrible person. Because you know something that I noticed? The younger generation is paying attention to how these racists are moving. They are paying attention because they don't want to be like their parents. Racism is a taught behavior. You're not born racist. We have way too many racist individuals raising children to become like them. And they're not winning. They're not winning that battle. They're not winning. And I can guarantee you that they're not winning it, because you do have kids out there that don't even want to go to Thanksgiving with their parents because of their racism. They don't want to go. They'll rather go to their friend's home who is of color, is a black person or a person of another color. They'd rather go and spend time with their family. Racism is aging those out there. And that's why I'm almost 50 years old and I look damn good, straight up. I'm almost 50, man. And I still get carded. May I have your license, sir? When I go and get me some alcohol. That's how good I look, baby. Woo, man. You got to be confident in yourself. Yeah, Megyn Kelly, the piece of shit garbage human being that she is. I don't understand how she still has a platform, but you know what? Racism pays, guys. And unfortunately, it should be the other way around. Good people should be monetized. Good people should be able to beat against this fray of individuals. You know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to continue to get the good message out for all those good people out there, because I care about everybody. I don't just vote on single issues. I'm not a single voter issue. I look at the collective, just like many of us black people have looked at when we joined the 92% of the black women that voted for Kamala Harris and not Donald Trump. I'm part of that 78% that saw the writing on the wall with this misinformation platform called Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, and Elon Musk. I saw the writing on the wall with Donald Trump in his first term when it came to everyone being able to succeed all together in life. I joined the 93% of my black women to say, I don't want this for you, and I don't want this for my family. And here we are in 2026. June 27th of 2026, things have gotten worse under a Donald Trump administration the second time. Donald Trump, the Supreme Court, the Heritage Foundation, they all gave Donald Trump what he wanted. He has unchecked power to do whatever the hell he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it, to anybody in the United States. And I ain't with that. So all these racist individuals that out there, all these racist people on their platforms, I'm not going to forget you. I'm not going to forget Megyn Kelly. I'm not going to forget Tucker Carlson, who I'm going to talk about next. I did a short earlier this week about Tucker Carlson. And just like Jesse Dollarmore said, fuck you, Tucker. Fuck you, Megyn. Fuck you, Tucker Carlson. Do you guys remember back in 2023, I believe? Remember when he was in like Montana or somewhere, and the father had approached him and told him how much of a garbage human being he was, and he was a piece of shit in front of his face? And Tucker was like, hey, man, come on now. I'm with my kids here. I'm with my daughter. And he's like, I don't care. You're a terrible person. You're a terrible human being, Tucker. That's the same Tucker Carlson, guys. He is not going to change. Just because he said, oh, I'm done with Trump, I'm done with the Republican Party, he is freaking lying. He is lying. I don't trust any of these racist individuals. I don't forgive either. I know the Lord says to forgive and things like that, but listen, God, sorry, listen. I'm human. You know my heart. The Lord knows my heart. But I am not forgiving these individuals for all the damage that they've done to us here in the world. I'm not even going to say just America, to the world, to the freaking world. We have people losing their lives in other countries, babies losing their lives in other countries because of these racist individuals like Tucker Carlson, like a Megyn Kelly, like a Candace Owens, like a Brandon Tatum, like all these fucking individuals that have done this to the American people and the world. There are going to be millions of people to die around the world thanks to Elon Musk, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all these Republicans, every single individual in this particular party. There are millions of people that are going to lose their life. We got Ebola cases going on left and right in Africa. There was a confirmed Ebola case in France, thanks to Donald Trump's cutting of USAID, along with that racist piece of shit, Elon Musk. I'm not going to forget Tucker Carlson. What was that? The Great Replacement Theory? When we had a mass shooting with Peyton Gendron. What was that? Tops grocery store. I think this was back in 2023 or 2024. Maybe even 2022, with Tucker Carlson's narrative whenever he's on Fox News talking about the Great Replacement Theory. We know exactly what Tucker Carlson was talking about. And I'll be damned if he say, you know what, I am running for presidency for 2028. I'm going to say, come on with it, because I'm going to be calling them out every single fucking time. I still have the receipts of Tucker Carlson and what he has done to black and brown people here in America with his platform, with his voice. Him and that freaking Fox News. I have the receipts. If Tucker Carlson tries to run for president for 2028 and he has the racist Marjorie Taylor Greene alongside of her, I will do everything under the sun to make sure I get the message out daily about Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene. He needs to sit his ass down. Just like that father said when he was in Montana and he approached Tucker Carlson. I would have done the same thing. You know what? I would have approached Tucker Carlson and I would have said, you are a piece of shit, garbage human being. That's what I would have said. But I appreciate what the father did by approaching Tucker and telling Tucker how terrible of a person he was. And Tucker would be like, oh, well, I'm here with my daughter. We don't have time to talk about this here. We don't have time to talk about, you know, that old funny ass, weak ass laugh. Tucker Carlson has the weirdest laugh. I won't forget that, you know, please, all you viewers on here, all you viewers, if you are okay with how the country is going with the racism, the open racism, please get off my channel. Just get off. Just don't even come back on my channel. Don't even come back on my channel, because I don't have time for you. You are a lost cause. That's what I say. A lost cause. Straight up. Now, let me continue to go on about this, because I still got quite a bit to talk about here. Your boy had notes. Your boy, hey, I wanted to be prepared for this particular live on this I'm Pissed Saturday. Usually I freestyle it. Like I don't write any scripts, guys. So when you guys watch my videos, please watch them. I don't write any scripts. This comes straight from the dome and from my heart and from what I've done the research. You know, history is important in life. America's trying to repeat history now. That's what America's trying to do. It ain't gonna happen under my watch. It is not gonna happen. And I ask for you, if you have children, even if your friends have children, please look up the history. Please keep your history intact, because we know that there is a particular fascist, racist regime in this Trump administration that wants to erase any ethnic history, any black history, any Indian history. They're trying to erase it. They don't want, and it's not about making white people feel bad. It's about being informed. It's about knowing what happened in the past so we do not repeat it. That's exactly what we need to do with our children. Educate them. Educate them on slavery. Educate them on sharecropping. Educate them on that stuff, man. It's important. Well, let me go on here. So we got Megyn Kelly, racist of the week. Tucker Carlson, racist and liar of the week, because he's not leaving the Republican Party. Just because we hear him say it, I get tired of like the liberal channels, the progressive channels, like Brian Tyler Cohen or Mehdi Hassan, all these people hyping up that Tucker Carlson said that he's done with the Republican Party. We're not even going to platform that. And I hope, I'm going to just say this, guys, because I'm subscribed to a lot of people. If I see one progressive or liberal channel invite Tucker Carlson on to their platform to talk to them, I'm unsubscribing. Excuse me. If I see, and listen, if hopefully Kyle Kalinske and I forget his lady's name, damn. Hopefully they don't try to bring him on Secular Talk or their channel, because I'm unsubscribing. We do not give racists the platform or time of day to speak to them. We do not. I'll be damned if I listen to any person who has a YouTube channel and I'm subscribed to them, bring Tucker Carlson on to have a conversation with them. We do not conversate with racists. We do not have a conversation with Nazis. Not at all. I want Nuremberg trials. That's what I want. When the dust is settled, when this administration is completely removed, I want every single person held accountable. And we do not invite any particular people who touted the racism and continues to tout it that are hiding behind the fence now, because they see that Donald Trump has fucked up everything for Americans and around the world. Now they want to back out. They want to take their foot out. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey. No, I'm not hokey pokeying over here. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Tim Dillon has been really talking bad about this administration and MAGA and stuff like that. No. I ain't with it. Andrew Schultz, Theo Vaughn, I'm not with it. You will not be included in any of my circles. The only thing that you'll be included in is if I have a conversation with you and said, thank you for hurting 300,000 plus black women and them losing their jobs with your platform. Thank you for hurting the 10.3% black unemployment because of you getting your people to vote for Donald Trump. Thank you for all the shit that has happened with the Somali fraud and people losing their lives in Minnesota, people being attacked in Chicago, Illinois, people being attacked in Los Angeles, California, because of you getting people to vote for Donald Trump. You are a piece of shit person. That's what I would say. And that's on Real Talk right there. I've been trying to do better with just, my wife says that I need to sometimes hold my tongue, because sometimes I just don't even really think before I speak, and I call somebody out, or I'll say something that hurts their feelings. That's what my wife says that I need to start doing a better job with, because I'm going to give it to them straight up. Like, I'm going to give it to them straight up gutter. I'm going to let them know you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. And the horse you came in on, you can get the fuck out of here. That's I've had to learn over the years, because I used to fight in the club. My wife didn't like it. We were dating at the time frame. She's like, what is going on with you? You just get ready to fight your own boy. Too much alcohol. But I am not going to forget these individuals. Karen Go, 645. Thank you for commenting. Yes, they're trying to take a page out of Hitler's playbook, and it's not going to happen with me. It is more of us here. It's more good people in the United States than there are of these racists out here. It is more, the younger generation is showing it day in and day out, with them protesting, leaving school, skipping school and protesting and getting in trouble from the school because they did so. These schools should be ashamed of themselves for suspending children for protesting ICE. They should be ashamed of themselves. We have our First Amendment right here. And that is something that if we want to protest, as long as we're doing it peacefully, we should be able to do without any pushback. But you see, with the dictatorship that we're in now, with the Donald Trump administration, just imagine if this was Joe Biden that did that. The right wing Candace Owens, the MAGA nuts, the Cartier family, fuck them, the Hodge twins, who else? Let me get some other people out here. All these right-wing talking nuts, Laura Loomer and all these fucking racist individuals be going crazy. Their heads will be spinning if this was under Biden and Biden had sent the National Guard out to these streets or ICE out to these streets to attack people. They would be going crazy. They will be talking about impeach him now. Yet we have Donald Trump falling asleep in the Oval Office. We have Donald Trump truthing at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning about he's going to obliterate Iran and obliterate their people. Threat of crimes against humanity. That's what Donald Trump is doing, truthing early in the morning. And then you got his administration lying, saying, "Oh, it wasn't him. It must have been a terrible advisor that did that." Bullshit. You're not fooling me. I am no fool here. MAGA's the fool. They will be fooled about things like that. But I am not. I am no sucker. I am what they call woke. I am not a woke liberal. I am a woke progressive. I love socialism. And I want socialism here in the United States. And it is here. People don't realize that socialism is here. I was listening to Brian Shapiro on Pushing the Limits, and ignorant, dumbass guy was talking about, we don't need socialism, we want capitalism here. And the guy was talking to the other guy on the phone, the idiot, and he was like, well, if you don't pay attention, if you don't realize it, that we already have socialism here. Don't your tax dollars go to your street lights? Don't your tax dollars go to the paved roads? Don't your tax dollars go to infrastructure, like building bridges? And he was like, yeah. He said, well, there's your socialism right there. Bullshit idiots. They don't pay attention. They don't pay attention. We already have socialism here. We have it here. Unfortunately, we have more capitalism here than we do socialism because we have these rich assholes that want another yacht. Well, let me get back onto this here because listen, support the channel. Hey, give me any donation that you're able to give. I'm a beggar now, okay? I'm a beggar. Please help a brother out. I'm playing. You do what you do. So let's talk about Erica Kirk. I don't know about you, but the Conservative Party have so many weirdos. Like, they are freaking weird. Erica Kirk being definitely one of them. I don't know if Turning Point USA, the TPUSA chapters are just falling to the wayside. I guess they want to go ahead and try to groom children now because they're trying to do these chapters in schools and everything, not universities, but schools. They're trying to do these chapters. And they're just weird. Erica Kirk is a freaking weird person. She always has those eyes like, white male man, you are not losers. Yes, they are. They're losers if they listen to you. They're hypocrites too. Erica Kirk and the whole Turning Point USA, all these conservative women who talk about, oh, you need to make babies and be a trad wife. And it's like, I posted a short on this too. You need to take the microphone away from your mouth. Why aren't you at home with your children, Erica Kirk? Why aren't all these trad wives like Katie Britt? You know, Katie Britt did the State of the Union when Biden was in office, and she was talking about kitchen table issues and all this kind of stuff. But why the hell was Katie Britt at the UFC 250? Shouldn't she have been at home with her kids, taking care of her children? And her husband should have been at the UFC 250? Like the conservative women are weirdos just like the men are. Just like these Republican men who still glaze Donald Trump's nuts. Like, I would never glaze a man like that. Like, literally, I don't idolize a man, okay? If I was to see LeBron James, I will be excited to see him. I'm like, LeBron, man, I love you, man. You're a great man. You know, I see what you're doing in Ohio with the kids' school and all that kind of stuff. I see what you're doing with your boys. You know, good job to you, man. But I'm not going to sit there and glaze them like that. I'm not going to be jumping head over heels, crying and everything, passing out, woo, and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that. But I will give a man his props. I will give a woman her props. But I won't sit there and idolize them. I'll say, yo, I met LeBron, man. He's an actual cool dude, you know. But I ain't gonna sit there and keep glazing him. That is not me. These individuals that idolize these people, I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me for people to idolize these individuals. Like you got dumbass MAGA that idolize Donald Trump, but then are upset that their gas prices have gone up. And that don't make any sense to me. But Erica Kirk, how many things? Post in the comment section. How long will Turning Point USA last? Now that Charlie Kirk's burning in hell, how long do you think Turning Point USA will last? I'm gonna give it about another year. I'll give it about another year. The only thing that I can say about Turning Point USA is that they might shift and change their name and start grooming kids like they've been doing. You know, Charlie Kirk would groom the young minds in the college and universities, but you know, you really never saw Charlie Kirk going to more of a diverse university. Like University of Louisville was diverse. We had black, white, Asian, and Hispanics at the church. At the school. You never saw Charlie Kirk go into these universities where there was a diverse group of people. You always saw him at like the predominantly white universities, because he know that he would have been challenged if he was at a more diverse university on the things that he said. Too bad now his per capita became a capita. He's down there. Charlie Kirk, hey man, better tell your wife to get back in the kitchen, man. She's doing way too much out here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Charlie Kirk down there. Talking to Charlie Kirk. But yeah, Erica Kirk, I don't know why these conservative women want more people to have. They want women to have babies at a younger age. Hell, nobody can afford to have kids. You know, it's expensive to feed kids, man. Like, thank God, my wife and I, we work from home, right? And if you have an opportunity to work from home, don't knock it till you try it, because it's actually awesome. I can go put a load of clothes in the washing machine on my lunch break, and my wife can get those clothes, the load of clothes, and put them in the dryer, all while we at home, and we're not burning any gas. You know what I'm saying? We're not. I am sorry for all those that are watching my channel and you have to drive to and from work. I am so sorry. I didn't vote for this. I did not vote for this. But again, Erica Kirk and her dumb ass, because she's dumb too. Riley Gaines, super dumb. These racists, they all look. Why is it that the racists are blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're dumb as hell? Like, you ever seen what was the movie, Dumb Blonde or something like that? I forgot what it's called. Somebody post in the comment section. I'm not knocking anybody with blonde hair, but come on, man, y'all. Some people got women and men have to do better with their intelligence, because we are falling way behind in America. We are falling way behind. If you're not up Donald Trump's ass and you can actually think for yourself, you can have a cognitive thought, you would know not to be supporting anything of this administration. Let me check my mic. Mic check. Be good. So Erica Kirk, piece of shit racist. Riley Gaines, the 5th place piece of shit racist. And good job, Nancy May. She got 5th place too. So her and Riley Gaines can have a 5th place party. And you know, I'm gonna tell you something. Riley Gaines went to the University of Kentucky. I'm not knocking any Wildcats out there, but I went to the University of Louisville. So you're already my rival. So Riley Gaines has strike 2 against her. Strike 1, she's racist. Strike 2, she went to a school that was my rival when I played college football. Yeah, I played college football for the Louisville Cardinals. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna answer your question, Jay Jen. But yeah, Riley Gaines, She went to the University of Kentucky, and she's dumb. You hear what she was? They had to put words in her mouth when she was going to do that little ad read or whatever, because they don't believe in those type of values, man. They are hypocrites. But let me just read what Jay Jen said. Now, listen, guys, super chats will come first. So if you want to donate $1, 99 cents, $2 for your super chat, I'll read it. I'll make sure I give it more time. You know what I'm saying? But let me just read what Jay Jen said, since this is the first time that I've really seen them on here. So working from home, is that you're busy? You're sweating inside a AC building. What? That didn't make any sense. Jay Jen, if you actually are paying attention, you can see him outside. Woo! Look, see him outside. You don't see the tree in the background, my magnolia tree? Beautiful, isn't it? I love Mother Nature. Mother Nature is good for the soul. But yeah, let's go on to this one here. You guys, Donald Trump is a piece of shit person, right? Why is it that KKK Caroline Leavitt was talking about that Donald Trump was going to sign the new housing bill, and that it was going to be historic for Donald Trump to do this, but the motherfucker never signed it. He canceled the signing. Donald Trump canceled the signing. Donald Trump is doing whatever the hell he want to do. And you got people like KKK Caroline jumping the gun saying, oh, Donald Trump he's working for the American people. He's doing this for the American people. He's going to sign this housing bill to bring the housing costs for Americans. He's going to do this, and never did. He reached out and said, I'm not signing a damn thing. I'm not signing anything until you pass this SAVE Act, which is another dictator move to try to disenfranchise minority communities, Black communities, Latino communities. He wants a SAVE Act passed to disenfranchise military personnel, women who are married. He's wanting to disenfranchise even his larger Republican base, because a lot of Republicans probably don't have the things that you need in regards to making sure that you are eligible to vote, even though they're already eligible to vote. He's wanting the SAVE Act to pass because Donald Trump knows that things are going so bad that he has to do whatever he can to steal the midterms. He wants to steal the midterms because as soon as midterms come, the Republican Party will not have the power to allow Donald Trump to do all the shit that he's doing. He's afraid. That's why we need to make it too big to rig. We need to make it too big to rig. We need to go to the voting booths and we need to vote like our lives depended on it, because it does. LGG Glove, he's not done anything. He's not done anything for anybody besides the rich. Donald Trump said it himself. I don't care about your financial situation. Donald Trump said it before people went to the voting booth and to the ballot box back before 2024, before November 2024, and said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. And 77 million idiots did not think about what he said there and fucking voted for him anyways. Now I'm getting pissed. My blood pressure is raising up. So excuse me if I have any invectives come out, any swear words like I just said, it's because I'm pissed off this Saturday. I am pissed off. Donald Trump lied to the American people, and I remember the lie. And I went to the voting booth to vote for Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris campaigned on increasing our pockets. Kamala Harris campaigned on looking into and investigating these big box companies and grocery stores on their inflation and them raising the prices up when the economy was getting better under Biden. Kamala Harris was going to provide more healthcare assistance. But guess what? Donald Trump got in the office and took it away. There are going to be 18 plus million people kicked off of Medicaid and Social Security. 18 million people by 2030. Now, remember this, guys. By 2030, there are going to be people that do not have Medicaid anymore, thanks to Donald Trump and his draconian bills, him and the Republican Party. Don't forget that, guys. Do not forget that. Do not forget that we still have women till this day who are dying because they couldn't get an abortion in the state that they live in, red states. And they could not go to another state because they could be arrested for an abortion. Since the Supreme Court decided that they were going to be like, well, we're going to just give it to the fucking states. We're going to just let the states deal with it. And all the Republican states were like, yes, we are going to control women more. And if they die during childbirth, oh, well, we don't care. We just want to control women. We want them to make sure that they have that baby and allow for the states to decide on abortion. And now you have 50 from 2023, I believe, when the Supreme Court decided to make this decision. I think from 2023 to current, there have been 60 women that have lost their life because of complications with pregnancy. 60 women. It could be more. It could be more than that. Because, we don't know what they're reporting. We don't know what they're reporting. They're reporting. LGG Glove, congratulations on retiring. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations, man. Hey, my mother's retired too. Hey, good looking. I'm glad you retired. You do your thing, girl. You do your thing. Women are dying because of the Republicans, okay? I'm just going to say that. They don't care about women. They want women in the kitchen, but they'll have those mouthpieces. It's like they'll recruit those mouthpieces that will talk against the women's own will. Like a Katie Britt. Her, that piece of shit. The once Marjorie Taylor Greene. That piece of shit. They're not advocating for women. They're advocating for that controlling man. That's what they do. You get Erica Kirk out here to talk to women about having babies when women don't want to have babies right now because they can't afford it. It's expensive to have children. And if you're not physically and mentally or financially prepared to have a child, why are they trying to push this on people? Why are these women telling other women, oh, you want to get married and have as many babies as you can, even if you can't afford them? You know what that does? You know what happens when a person or a parent can't afford to take care of their own children? They neglect them. You're very welcome too. You're very welcome, LGG Glove. This is the thing. As a man, I want my wife to be able to make the decision about what she thinks is best for herself and her body. I don't control my wife's body. I love my wife. That is my queen. And if I want to be there for her every step of the way. And if something's going to happen to her physically and she needs to have an operation and get it done, we're going to take it to the Lord. And then I'm going to say, baby, listen, I want you to make the best decision for yourself. I'm not going to say, nope, you're not doing it. No. You have people out here. You have women out here that are dying or that are becoming where they can't even bear children because of a tubal pregnancy. And they can't have children now because the doctors couldn't do the procedure. They couldn't do the procedure, and now it's messed up their system to where they can't have kids. But you have people out here that don't want to have kids. It's expensive out here. It is so expensive out here that the birth rates are down for a reason. The birth rates aren't down in around the world too, because it's getting expensive everywhere. I can only account for what goes on in the US, but I know that in United Kingdom, their birth rates are down. Germany's birth rates are down. China's birth rates are down. You know why they're down? It's not because, you know, man sperm count is low. It's not because women, you know, their ovaries aren't women help me out here, but their ovaries, it's not like they are barren and they can't have children or they have cysts or anything like that. It's because it's so freaking expensive to try to afford anything nowadays. People can't even afford to live. That's the reason why. You know, the younger generation, they don't want to have kids because some of these dudes are crazy out here. Some of these women are crazy out here. As a man, I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad that I'm not in the dating scene right now, because I don't know what happened. Did COVID break people's brains, or was it just the whole politicization of COVID? What happened to individuals these days? I think what is really happening is that social media is really warping people's minds. They're really messing people's minds up. Women can't trust man anymore. Man can't trust women anymore. It's crazy. I know it's been like this since the day of time, right? Since the dawn of time. But what it is here is that you have these incels who talk shit about women and think that women are inferior to them. That they should be thinking are equal to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, women do not want to be in a relationship where it's an abusive relationship. And this has been always, you know, back in the 50s, you know, 40s, 50s, and 18, you know, 19th century and all that kind of stuff. The men were the breadwinners. The men actually were the ones to work. We're in a different time frame now. Women have their own independence. I like my woman to be independent. They don't want to. Yeah, your word is bond. Yeah. Women don't want to be with a man who, this is my opinion, okay? Women, you ladies, if you're on here and you're watching me, just let me know if I'm wrong. They don't want to control a man. A woman wants a man that's going to bring something to the table, right? Whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's, you know, being able to do things physically, like, you know what I mean. But they got to have more qualities, you know what I'm saying? The young generation are being told by the wrong individuals on how to treat each other. But then, you know, the funny thing is that I'm gonna give you some examples here pretty soon. But the funny thing is that they haven't had that fucking experience, and you got older people listening to the younger person. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's talk about Myron Gaines real quick. Let's talk about this piece of shit Sudanese who is American citizen only because of birthright, right? Myron Gaines talks badly about women. He dogs women. He talks about men who are living with women are gay because they live with women, you know, and shit like that. He talks about, oh, you should be with your boys and hang out with your boys, and you should be living with a roommate that's a male, because if you're living with a woman, that's gonna make you feminine and all this kind of stuff. Myron Gaines talks about dogging women and talk about, oh, how he wants his woman to be, where she's in the kitchen, she's cooking and stuff like that, and, you know, she's got to get permission to go and do things. But Myron Gaines ain't never been married. Hell, the last time I heard, Myron Gaines didn't even have a relationship for real physically with the girlfriend that he had that Rollerblade dude took. Rollerblade dude took his girl. Myron Gaines is talking all this game about how to treat women, but the dickhead don't know how to treat women himself. The dickhead don't even have a woman to treat with his racist ass. Myron Gaines is a piece of shit just like the rest of them. You can't talk about something, guys. Listen, you can't talk about something unless you live that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you are a guru in that experience. Me, I've been married for, it'll be 17 years in November, to the same woman. I've been committed to the same woman for 20 years. For 20 years. I have more sense than Myron Gaines does. I'm more manly than Myron Gaines is. This piece of shit dude talks so much trash about women. Your mother's a woman. Your mother is a woman, and you talk so much cash about these women like you know everything. But the dude is supposedly single. That's what I get. That's what I hear about Myron Gaines. People are ragging on him. My boy Jew Almighty's ragging on him. My boy Young Don Reacts is ragging on him. You know, a lot of people are ragging on him. A lot of people are ragging on him. And I love that for him because he's a piece of shit. He ain't no manly man. Myron Gaines is not a manly man at all. He's a punk. You listen to people, men are listening to the wrong advice. Men are listening to the wrong advice when it comes to it. Let me read what Rambo JM. Do you not engage with your chat or do you just rant? Rambo, I can do whatever the hell I want. So yeah, I engage with my chat. I definitely do. If you do a super chat, you'll get more engagement than you would if you just go ahead and post. But yeah, I can rant because this is my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want with my channel. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe, bounce. But yeah, Nick Fuentes is another one. You got these incel dudes that are talking so much. They are recruiting more weird incels. They are recruiting more weirdos out here who do not know how to go and approach a woman. I haven't heard of, I don't know of any women who are trying to convince women to hate men like men are trying to convince women to hate, trying to convince men to hate women. I don't know. Somebody give me a platform. Somebody give me a platform where women are bashing men like Myron Gaines and Nick Fuentes and all these incel bros that are doing to bash women. Women make up 60%, I think it's 60% of the world. There are 2 women to every man. Now, back in college, I love that, man. Back in college, I was like, man, look at all these beautiful women out here. Yeah, that was when that was when I was you know, young, dumb, and yeah. But you get men who are listening to these dudes and they end up being miserable because they don't have a woman that they can respect, for one, but the women don't want them. Women don't want the man, which is, you know, hey, more the merrier for the single man who likes to get in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. The younger generation, hey, if you are between the ages of 18 and 30 or even 40, and if you're listening to Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, all these piece of shit dudes that ain't never had a wholesome relationship, you're going to be just like them. Stop listening to them. Stop listening to them because they're going to do more hurt for you when it comes to wanting to be in a relationship with a woman than you need. I don't want to be a roommate to a guy my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been married. I found my queen in the club. Incels like Nick Fuentes, these groiper dudes, oh, listen, they are the grinder boys. You know what I'm saying? Myron Gaines is probably a grinder dude. It's odd. It's very weird, guys. It's very weird. Let me go on to this one here. So I was talking about the whole issue with the temporary protective status for my Haitian and Syrian brothers and sisters. So I wanted to give this stat out here, these numbers. Immigrants, guys, listen. Immigrants, they provide and invest in our government. They provide and invest in our economy. I'm going to give you some numbers here because I don't know if people pay attention to it, but when we have people that come from other countries that are working here in the United States, they do have to pay taxes. And those taxes are a benefit for the American taxpayers because it takes off the burden of what American taxpayers have to pay because of immigration. When we have undocumented or documented immigrants here that are in the system, they pay in our taxes, guys. They do. They pay in our taxes. So here are some numbers for you here. And this is according to Newsweek. Immigrants saved American taxpayers more than $14 trillion. This new analysis of U.S. taxpayer data shows that over 30 years, the past 30 years, immigrants have saved the government $14 trillion in the United States, preventing fiscal crisis. We are in a crisis right now. With the illegal deportations, that this administration is doing, where they are separating families at an alarming rate. They're not just going after the criminals. Ask the Cuban community down in Miami. Ask the Venezuelan community down in Miami, in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale area. Ask the Hispanic El Salvadorian area down. Ask the Haitian area down in South Miami, who might have voted or had family members vote for Donald Trump, and they're illegally being snatched up because Ron DeSantis, the bitch that he is, allowed for Trump and the administration to build up Alligator Alcatraz, but then the bitch ass allowed for Donald Trump to come and take the workers here that are here legally. That's why farmers are filing for bankruptcies left and right. We have had over 160. There have been over 160 farmers bankrupting or filing for bankruptcy this year. And we're only in we're only in the second quarter, guys. We're only in the second quarter, and we have illegal deportations, illegal kidnappings. These are illegal. And I hope, like I said, when a Democrat gets back in office, I hope that they're going to have everything investigated. And I'm even talking about the governors too. I'm talking about your Greg Abbott. I'm talking about your Ron DeSantis. I'm talking about Jeff Landry. I'm talking about that whole group. Goodbye. Goodbye, Dirty Jersey. Haha, yeah. Like I said, I don't play. Black Republicans for 2028. Nah, we ain't, that ain't that type of party over here. Let's talk about tourism, guys. Let's talk about tourism, because this is another factor too, because Canadians aren't coming here. Our brothers and sisters from Mexico aren't coming here. People from around the world are not coming to the United States. They are choosing elsewhere to go when it comes to what they like to do when it's a vacation, when they vacation. U.S. tourism is down 8 to 14% from this year. Currently, 2025, 2026, U.S. tourism is down 8 to 14% in the United States. Florida is getting hit bad. We are getting our butts kicked here in Florida. Texas getting their butts kicked. A lot of the touristy places are getting their butts kicked. Las Vegas is getting their butts kicked because tourism's down. With 8 to 12.5 billion lost in international visitor spending and a potential 21 billion trade deficit if the trend continues. This trend is going to continue because Donald Trump, nobody from other countries, really, if you think about it, you know, I know we have the World Cup going on right now, but you have individuals that are coming here to attend the World Cup that are complaining because of how highly expensive places are and things are to do here. But the slowdown of tourism, thanks to Donald Trump, political, economical, perception-related factors affecting hotels, restaurants, attractions, and local jobs. So if Donald Trump wasn't in office and Kamala Harris was in office, our economy would not be in this 8 to 14% loss of tourism from my Canadian brothers and sisters, from my Mexican brothers and sisters, from my German brothers and sisters, my Australian brothers and sisters, my United Kingdom, my Saudi Arabian brothers and sisters. Tourism's down in America big time. America used to be the hot spot to come to. So you would have somebody from Denmark or Finland that would travel here to the United States. They're not doing that now. They are refusing to travel to the United States because of Donald Trump, Pete Kegsbreath, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Todd Blanche, Tom Homan, Mark Wayne Mullen, for all these fascist, racist people, KKK Caroline, Stephen the Thumb Forehead Miller with his ugly ass. They're not traveling here. They are unwilling to come here to the United States because this is the new Nazi Germany here. United States is the new Nazi Germany in comparison to their eyes from around the world. That's why Mark Carney, you know, they're doing these side bets with other countries. They're divesting Japan, South Korea. They are starting to divest their assets into the United States because of an incompetent administration. We are losing and hemorrhaging money because of Donald Trump and because of these ICE Gestapo. I'm going to say it now. The Immigration Customs Enforcement was created in 2009. Abolish ICE. It is time to abolish ICE. It is time to abolish ICE and get rid of these fascist dictators or these fascist wannabes that are doing crimes as well. You know that ICE had a criminal X ring. They were doing crimes. They've been violating women who have been detained. They have been using women as property. These are ICE personnel. You got people from Customs and Border Patrol doing the same thing under the Trump administration. You never heard anything about that in the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration. You never heard anything about that. It wasn't happening. But it's happening with these criminals, these some of them being the January 6th insurrectionists that are part of ICE now. How come John Ross hasn't been arrested yet? How come the Hispanic wow that killed Alex Pretty, how come they haven't been arrested yet? These dudes are on the run. But I'm gonna tell you, I want retribution. I want justice. If that was any family member of mine that lost their life because of ICE, we're not, people need to continue talking about this. I don't forget. I will not forget. I will not forget how this administration tried to take away Black history in what was it, Jersey or Pennsylvania at George Washington's home, trying to take down placards of African American history and slavery. I won't forget that. I won't forget people defacing Jackie Robinson's statue. You know, I won't forget Donald Trump trying to erase history from our military personnel, trying to take away the history and information about the Tuskegee Airmen. Piece of shit garbage. We can't hate these people enough. I'm sorry, I have to say it. As a human being, as a person that cares about humanity, we can't hate them enough. We're not going to forget, though. We're not going to forget. I won't let you guys forget either. I will not let you guys forget. You know, I'm going to end with this here, but I appreciate you being on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Give me some likes, thumbs ups. If you want to support the channel, become a channel member. Become a channel member. I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to continue using my platform to educate and inform and to let people know that we need to get these racists out of here. Racism is taught. Racism, you're not born to be racist. Racism is taught. Let's talk about Chud the Builder. Let's talk about this racist piece of shit. We talked about Myron Gaines. We talked about Tucker Carlson. We talked about Megyn Kelly. We'll keep talking about Donald Trump because he's the biggest of them all. 10 years ago, racism wasn't as bad. Here we are in 2026. It is terrible. It is open. It is present. And that was what Chud the Builder was trying to do. And he effed around and found out. Chud the Builder, may he get the best FAFO that he can ever get. Him getting pegged in jail. And get out. All right. Sorry, my screen, you know, sometimes when you're talking and everything, your screen will be flashing and stuff. I'm about to get a storm, thank God, because it's hot. But yeah, listen, Chud the Builder, it's not getting good for him. Jacob Lang, this idiot, all these guys, and you see, Myron Gaines, he wishes that he was white, for one. Myron Gaines wishes that he was white. All these Sambo soldiers, who still carry the water for the racists, I ain't gonna forget them either. But Chud the Builder, let's talk about Chud the Builder, man. Chud the Builder, 1% of sucking us dry. Yep, the 1% is. Let me go back to that, GG, before I get into Chud the Builder. Yeah, 1% is sucking us dry, and they're gonna continue sucking us dry until we stand up. We got to continue fighting. We got to continue talking about this because they will try to suck us dry. They will, and they are. It ain't gonna happen under my watch. We're gonna keep talking about this. But if you guys don't know about Chud the Builder, Chud the Builder is this racist in Tennessee who would go and antagonize and provoke black people, saying that they're chimping out and stuff like that. Well, Chud the Builder, if you don't know about him, please go look him up. Please go take a look, because this idiot that we're starting to get more juicy information on is going to rot in jail. And I hope the judge gives him the great FAFO that I'm looking forward to. I want him to get the time like they gave Carmelo Anthony when Carmelo Anthony was defending himself. I want that to be given to Chud the Builder for trying to take a black man's life after antagonizing the black man. And he's been going around here talking about that it's going to make national news and all this kind of stuff, that you have to put a black person down. The garbage human being that Chud the Builder is, more and more information is coming out on Chud. Chud the Dud and his cis incel white boys, because they're white boys. I'm gonna tell you this. These white boys are getting Chud the Builder in more and more trouble. They're digging a deep hole for Chud, and I want them to keep doing it. I was watching my boy Omeezy, and he was talking about this, threatening the judge. Threatening the judge is no go. You see, they always talk about black people being violent and being the violent, rough individuals that they are, but they don't even look at themselves. They don't look in the mirror and see themselves and how violent, how evil they are. And this is a prime example with Chud the Builder. And then want to talk about them being the victim. That is a two-tier justice system. Chud the Builder is getting exactly what he deserved. He FA and FO. Now, you don't go and provoke people. You don't go looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? My mother always told me, my father always told me as well, you don't go out there looking for trouble. And that's what Chud the Builder did. He was looking for trouble, and he got it. And I hope that Chud sits in jail for, give him 40 years, give him 50 years. Tennessee, don't fail me now. Y'all failed me a lot, Tennessee. Tennessee, don't fail me now. Y'all failed me with y'all Republican Party. Y'all failed me with all those racist individuals there. But the judge, I hope the judge continues this fight and lock Chud the Builder up and keep him in there. Keep him in there. He does not need to be out in society. He does not. And Jacob Lang, that piece of shit bastard too, Jacob Lang can get it too. You know, these dudes with these microphones talking shit and racism and talking all that racism stuff, these dudes are really miserable internally. Like, they are miserable. They hate black people so much. They want to be like black people, for real. They hate us because they ain't us. It's amazing how people of color and black Americans are always the target to evil, racist people. They're always the target to evil, racist people when the racist people are the ones doing the crimes. Black people want to just be left alone. The LGBTQ community wants to be left alone. We're not hurting or bothering anybody. We're not. But you'll have these racist people go and try to provoke people who are living harmoniously and civil. They will go there and provoke them like Chud the Builder did. And now you got these incel piece of shit individuals that's digging a deeper hole trying to push against the judicial system. I have respect for judges. You know, honestly, sometimes, you know, judges are trying to do the right thing, but they mess up too. We're human. We know that there's a corrupt system. We know that systemically it has been very corrupt for black and brown people. Systemically, black and brown people get twice the penalty in comparison to their white counterparts. We know that there's an alarming number of black and brown individuals who have been convicted of a crime that they never committed. I'm very well aware of that, and my children are aware of that. Like, listen, pay attention to the law. My parents told me and taught me to make sure that you don't run. And, you know, we make those mistakes too. You know, you got kids that may run and take off and stuff like that from the police because of fear. Because of fear. And so I hope Chud the Builder, I hope his ass, when it comes to him being in jail, I hope he get tens and tens of years. There's a lot of stuff coming out on Chud though, like I said. You know, Chud in his relationship with getting pegged, Chud in his relationship with trans women. You know, it's always something. When it comes to these racist individuals, they have bones in their closet. And they really, you know, they get monetized for being racist. It's amazing to me how dumb people are to pay and give racist money. It's idiotic. It is very idiotic. So I love that for Chud the Builder and all his cell little buddies trying to defend his case. You know, it's funny how these individuals were rooting and celebrating when Carmelo Anthony got 35 years. When his lawyers completely botched the fucking trial where he was in front of people that weren't his peers. These were 13 people in the jury that did not look like Carmelo Anthony. Now they're trying to defend Chud the Builder. It ain't gonna happen. But anyways, listen, my phone is about to die. I am done ranting today. Support the channel, become a channel member. I will be back again soon. I might do something during the week too. I might do a live here, but listen, my phone's about to die on me, guys. I love you. Subscribe to the channel. Give me some thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself. We're going to keep fighting. We are going to keep fighting, but let me go ahead and wrap this up here because my phone's about to die. Peace and love. Love you. And if you are MAGA, unsubscribe to my channel.